What is going on, Tentacrew? My name is Billy the Squid, and we have some Shadow of the Erdtree news coming out. We're finally going to be getting the first trailer. They did say first, by the way, which means I don't think the game is, or the DLC is going to be coming out immediately. But if From Software is willing to share a trailer, that means it's like in the closing stages of production. So this is all very exciting. This is all very very hyped. The only thing we've gotten from this Shadow of the Erdtree DLC has been that teaser image. So the fact that we are getting anything at all is it's just exciting. It's the From Software way. They throw a little bit of bait out there, chum the waters a bit, and just get everybody thinking about what is going to be coming and speculating and basically doing the advertisement for them through sheer abandonment of detail. And I love that for them. It works out for them. They're one of the few studios out there that does not over advertise their games. They will advertise when they're ready. They will advertise when they are within at least a 3-month period of coming out. So that's always been something I've respected. I don't believe Elden Ring got pushed back any, but From Software is one of the best companies around, one, not having their employees crunching, and two, not pushing back games over and over and over again. So very excited to see what they have to show with Shadow of the Erdtree. This might be the only DLC we get from Elden Ring, and from Software's track record, their DLCs are usually their best and most challenging experiences. So I personally can't wait. I was not expecting this kind of out of the blue, so we will see. We'll see. I might end up jumping back into Elden Ring sooner than expected, along with the Square Enix mix that we have been talking about. Make it truly a two-dimensional channel with the Square Enix and From Software collaboration in the content. So pretty hyped. We got 2 minutes left before the premiere of the trailer. Hopefully you all are excited. Hopefully you all are having a good morning. I know this is way earlier than I typically stream, probably about 12 hours earlier than I typically stream. And this is going to be a very short stream. We're going to watch the trailer. We're going to have our fun with that, and then we are going to do a little bit of a breakdown. I'm going to kind of slow push through it, see what I can notice myself, and what you guys can see, and then we will we'll log off and call it a day there until tonight. So very excited. Last minute, let's go. I cannot wait. This is gonna be a treat. This is gonna be a treat for everybody that loves what From Software does. This is gonna be a treat for Elden Ring fans specifically, whether Elden Ring is your favorite Souls game or not. It was a damn good game, and really pushed that open world market forward. So you cannot deny it on that front. Can't deny it even a little bit. What is our volume at? There we go. So it's going to be a treat. It is going to be a treat. I still need to figure out if I want to try to push a character to New Game Plus 7 for the DLC, or if I just want to go straight into a, like have a new character, build it up, and then go straight into the DLC. We have a few options there. I also potentially want to go back to the level 1 run for Elden Ring. It was just so frustrating with the one-shots, but I'm potentially willing to give it another shot since this is going to be coming out soon, and it's the only From Software game that I haven't level 1 run. But that's a talk for another time. We have a DLC.
Peggy 16.
See a trailer for. Let's go. Okay.
Pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men.
Love. Okay, there's Nicola's cocoon and the Halleck tree.
There is nothing more terrifying.
Why is he terrifying? Why is love terrifying? go. Oh, look at all the gravestones through the lands between. They are going to alter the overworld map. Oh, that's dope.
In that forsaken place, blood must spill.
Okay.
Blood of your fellows.
Noxtola.
The Erdtree faithful.
Another poison swamp. Ooh.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
That thing's cool. That thing's disgusting. Oh, that thing is dope. Oh, disturbing and dope at the same time.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction anyone so bereft of light?
That is neat. Mia? Okay.
I presume you, too, are keen to know
Yo, is that Iron Carcass with a crossbow? A machine gun crossbow?
just what kind Miquella is doing here.
Bear magic? What is that?
Those stripped of the grace
Yeah.
of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Lesmer's flame.
Come now, touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind.
Oh, we're getting some more
We will meet
crucible
together.
magic from the looks of it. Okay, I was wondering. We got a little bit of Miquella at the end. All right, look at that. Look at that. That was dope. Okay, let's run it back and do a little bit of a breakdown because there's a lot of cool things there. A lot of cool things. That was the Red Dancer, right?
Clean.
So, back from the beginning.
Pure and radiant.
I don't know
He
whose feet
wields
those are
love
supposed to
to
be. It
shrive
kind of
clean
looks
the
like
hearts of men.
kind of looks like Melina,
There is nothing more
but
terrifying.
I doubt it if they're going with a canon of burning the Erdtree. You're dope. What's up, Alex? So it's definitely going to be Miquella theme. We see the gravestones that are littering the lands between, so we are going to get changes to the overworld map, which is something that I personally was very excited about, with them kind of changing how the royal capital was once you burn the Erdtree. There's a lot that they can do to modify the overworld map and make it feel new and exciting, and I'm glad that they're going somewhere like that, at least with the base overworld. This is probably going to take place well, it has to, because the Erdtree has to be burned. Godwin has to be taking it over, that kind of stuff. So it's nice to see that we're going to get further changes to the lands between in a post Erdtree world. Also, this kind of like veil that's coming off of the Erdtree is neat. Also, if you look in the background, it'll this next scene will show. There's a ton of Deathblight root littering the lands between as well. So it's not only Deathblight root and the tombstones and this veil. It's all of it kind of combined. So Godwin's influence is spreading, and it's going to be interesting to see what kind of stuff pops up from that influence. That veil is just so nifty. I don't know what that's a great rune. Obviously, that's a great rune. So we're going to be most likely getting another great rune of some type throughout this. Probably Godwin's great rune, I would assume. What power that gives us, don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Great Rune system in Elden Ring. It was one of the more underutilized systems for me personally. But I also didn't really Ember or use Humanities or anything like that in prior games, so that's on me.
In that
This gladiator-looking character is dope looking. Kind of got the Princess Leia pom-poms on the side with a big top knot in the helmet. Very cool sword. I would like to see that sword in player hands because I think that would be pretty cool.
forsaken place.
We got a pot knight, another pot knight. This guy, and later in the DLC, you see him actually throwing giant exploding pots. So this guy's cool too. Looks like we're gonna get some very
Blood
unique
must
armor
spill.
sets.
Blood of your fellows.
And we're gonna get some of the Sunken City lore from the looks like the Noxtella and the other one that I can't remember, but the Nox lore. Something's gonna end up taking us down there, and the Nox lore already has ties to Mikola in general, so that's gonna be pretty neat that we get some more deep lore with that.
The Erdtree faithful.
And of course,
Faithful.
I don't know if that's a poison swamp.
Blood
I
of your
think it might
fellows.
be worse than a poison swamp, folks. I think this is a death blight swamp, just from like the tone of the water and the stuff hanging down from the roots. And you got like directly above me, it looks like we have more death blight root. This is a death blight swamp, 100% sure thing. So this is what's worse than a poison swamp? An instant death swamp.
The Erdtree faithful.
Who is this? That looks like Morgott before he went full Omen, if I had to guess. That looks a lot like Morgott before he goes full Omen, especially after you beat Morgott and his body's laying there. I think that's Morgott. Could be wrong, but that's kind of the vibe I get from the face. More pots. I don't know what this is. It reminds me of some of the catacomb dungeons that they had with the horses that you would ride the chariots in the fire. So this looks like another one of those. I don't know if more of these style dungeons are going to open up for us to traverse through. I would assume that there would be, because this DLC has to have a few things. Has to have overworld change, which we've already seen. Has to have at least one new legacy dungeon, which we will see later in the DLC, but it also has to have more mini dungeons scattered throughout, because that was the biggest thing of Elden Ring, was the exploration aspect to it. So if they don't add new things to explore, you're going to lose out on one of the big selling points of the game. And there is what I'm assuming is going to be our legacy dungeon. I don't know where this is located exactly. It kind of almost resembles Stormvale in a way. I don't know if Godwin's gonna like come up and like uproot Stormvale, but it's not quite there, because I don't remember this path coming up towards Stormvale. So while it resembles Stormvale, I don't think it is.
The Saints. They just happen to be on.
And one thing I was not expecting to see as much from this is these Omen characters. There's a ton of Omen characters throughout this DLC. This being and they're not even like omens themselves. They're Omen-based contraptions. So like this is a giant like mech type thing, but it's got the Omen horns around the face section. It's got the Omen horns for the claws.
Losing side of a wall.
It is massive too. Fire Giant 2.0. And then we got this, the big suck worm. Don't know what this is about. I don't know if this is like a baby worm head that we saw in the base game before it gets like all the maggots and stuff going, but this thing bothers me so much. It's like a lamprey. It actually resembles a lamprey a lot with like the eyes and stuff. And then this here was one of the coolest boss designs that we saw in the trailer, in my opinion. It almost reminds me of a mix of Morgott from like the feet and stuff and Suresh, the lion that gets axed for the Horaloo fight, it almost looks like somebody is taking Suresh's body and mechanized it and then is wearing it as like a giant mech suit, a giant Suresh lion mech suit. But you can't tell me that is not like, that doesn't remind you of Morgott. Just the way the robe is, the way the foot stomps. You can see the omen horns along the back. I don't know if Morgott is being resurrected somehow. Because it would make sense. It would actually make a lot of sense because we both fight Morgott and we fight Horaloo at the same place. So if both corpses are there for the Suresh and for Morgott, I could see some sort of fusion going on there. This could be just wild speculation, but that's just kind of the vibe I get from this. And we got Deathblight, Breath, or some type of breath. It also has lightning magic, which is interesting.
Mother.
Very cool. Very cool. And then we have Godwin. They just straight up show Godwin for some reason. Or I'm assuming this is Godwin. I don't know who else it would be. It's got the eyes. It's got the serpents. If this isn't Godwin, it is a Godwin fanatic of some type. It's a cool design. I really like the design. It almost gives me like Mercury design from is Mercury Greek or Roman? Regardless, you got the staff, you got the snakes. Definitely Deathblight, the little wing thing coming off the side.
Anyone so bereft of light.
If that's not Godwin, then I don't know who it could be. And then it makes me wonder what Godwin's actually going to look like. Because they only show that form. So obviously we're going to get multiple forms from him. They wouldn't spoil the whole thing right off the get, but... And now we get to actually see
Mother,
some of the movesets.
Wouldst thou truly lordship sanction?
God, he is cool looking.
So
Really cool looking.
bereft of light.
Although that person has red hair. Godwin has gold hair. I don't know if that would have changed anything, but... You can't make a boss harder than Melania, but if you're going to, it's going to be that guy. Again, I don't find Melania that hard outside of Waterfowl Dance, but I could definitely see this guy giving her a run for her money. Let's take it back real quick.
Bereft of light.
We got some more power spin. This guy's those swords are unique in the fact that he's wielding them like from the back. It's like more slashy like this instead of like your standard katana like overhand sweeps. He's underhanding that weapon, and that's kind of cool. It almost looks like we're going to be getting a new style of weapon in this game. He is going full Super Saiyan mode. I don't know what's going on there. Looks like they're bringing back the Dragon Fist or the Dragon Bone Fist weapon or something similar. We're getting a Street Fighter style moveset, which is cool. There's some pot throwing, so I'm assuming we're gonna get those from our pot friend. Giant pots, love that. Iron Tarkus with a machine gun crossbow. From Software hasn't learned that machine gun crossbows just aren't typically a good idea. They're giving it to us again. I wonder if you can dual wield them like you could the all of us in Dark Souls 2. And they're holy from the looks of it. I don't know if he's just firing holy arrows, but very cool there. Alternative Avalon. And then this here, it looks like the dragon magic, but that is a unicorn bear. That is a unicorn bear, so we're getting more magics along those lines, but it's branching out from the dragon type thing. Maybe that's a perfect rune bear.
Just what kind?
Because it also has an omen horn though, which is there's so much Omen stuff in this DLC. They said that the Room Bears were failed dragon ascensions or similar to dragons in lore, so it would make sense that these bears would show up in the Dragon Communion magics, but it's just bizarre to see. And I'm curious how it's going to differentiate itself from the dragon magics that we have now, because this just looks like a reskin of Grail's Roar, just in bear form.
Just what kind Nicola is doing here.
Look at that. Nice red dancer there.
Nicola is doing here.
I'm trying to see if I recognize where this location is at, or if this is a new location. That's at the base of the Erdtree there.
Just
I
what
don't
kind
recognize
Nicola
it.
is doing here.
She very much has Dancer of the Boreal Valley moveset, though. She very much has Dancer of the Boreal Valley moveset. And is that us? Is that Tarnish? No. No, that's a... that's a new type of Sentinel, like Horse Sentinel. This one's on a giant boar. And it looks like it's using ice lightning magic. So, yeah, we've got a new type of Sentinel character on horseback. And then you got this hippopotamus dragon, which looks goofy. But hippopotamus are some of the most terrifying creatures in existence. So putting it in a dragon form and having it stomp through towards you, mouth wide, ready to go. And then whatever this giant, like, thorn magic it does, terrifying. I like boomerang. Is that Leonard? Is it that like where Radon got Leonard from? Look at the horse. It very much resembles like a beaten down Leonard that Radon's riding, only this one doesn't have as much giddy up and go as Leonard does because it's dragging its back feet. That's sad as hell. And it's kind of goopy. Ugh. Ugh. Definitely an undead enemy. I'm seeing now that it's all bones, and that horse is undead as well. It's degrading. Real gross looking enemy. I like the boomerang though. I hope we get something like that.
Those stripped of the grace of gold.
Oh god, I just realized where that sword's coming from.
Those stripped.
So he's pulling it up out of his head, and you can kind of see the neck starting to separate. But if you look in his chest cavity, that's where the sword is actually coming from. Like that, this here is the sword. How he's going to get that out of him without completely knocking himself apart, I do not know. But you can see kind of like slowly giving. And then we get some of the Godwin boss fight. Lots of spears. Ooh, that's something unique. We get like a sword spear or a shield spear. Look at this weapon. Look at that weapon, guys. You're two-handing it, and it looks like it can function as both a defensive and an offensive weapon. I don't know if that's like a new type of twin blade or what, but that is actually a really interesting design. It almost reminds me of like Renekton's like twin glaive. But yeah, that's pretty cool. New weapon type potentially, along with the back. The back. David, I'm not interested, but I've already got an artist. Thank you though. I appreciate you. Yeah, it almost reminds me of that style of a weapon. So between this and the backwards katana type things, and the like the Street Fighter like drop kicking like martial arts moveset, we've got at least 3 from what it looks like different weapon types being added, which is pretty cool. And we got grab attacks, so there's always going to be grab attacks. Some more Crucible Knight magic. I don't remember if we got any magic that let us actually jump up with the wings and then shoot forward. That was I never dabbled with the Crucible Knight stuff too much, but it would not surprise me. And then this whole time we go and we only get a little baby bit of Mikola looking at the Erdtree and all that stuff. So yeah, we still have no clue what Mikola's what Miquella's role in this is going to be, whether he's going to be with Godwyn or against Godwyn or something completely different as a whole. This collector's edition's dope, though. So it is not Godwyn. Mesmer the Impaler. Statue of Mesmer the Impaler. This is not Godwyn. Interesting. So we didn't see Godwyn at all either. Although I was really sure that this would have been something close. I also noticed that the snake has little wings coming off of it too. That's not his wings. Neat. Very, very cool. So that is Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Trailer 1. A lot of cool stuff there. Hopefully you all enjoyed the trailer. We will be starting up Elden Ring content here shortly. We didn't get a release date, did we? We did. Pre-order now, June 21st. So we got a little bit. But yeah, June 21st, guys. Shadow of the Erdtree. Be ready for it. We have some stuff to do. I still need to figure out what I want to do for this run. But if you enjoyed yourselves, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We will be back with more Elden Ring content in the future. We're also going to be doing some Square Enix content, some challenge runs there to get ready for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So be on the lookout for that. Until next time, Tentacrew, take care, be safe, and much love.